I never used to believe that we had climate change, but I believe it now.
Joseph Renatz's family's been farming this land for over 7 decades, nearly as long as he's been alive. He's dealt with many challenges growing satsumas in America's deep south, but he claims it's never been this bad.
In 4 years, we had 4 disasters, and it's usually caused from the climate change.
Hurricanes, harsh winters, and then, most recently,
we had an extreme drought which crippled us. It crippled the orchard, it crippled the selling of trees.
In 2023, Louisiana saw its worst drought on record. This area, right on the banks of the country's second biggest river, the Mississippi, dried out.
Climate disasters have impacted yield here significantly. In a normal year, Star Nurseries would hope to fill 20,000 of these boxes. Last year, it managed just 3,000.
Joseph's farm used to be one of several hundred on this peninsula half a century ago, he recalls. Now there are just a handful of farmers on this side of the river, and water shortages could eventually force them away as well. The threat comes from further upstream too, in the nation's north and Midwest. A lack of rainfall there led to a lower water level here, allowing denser salt water from the Gulf of Mexico to push into this channel. What's known as saltwater intrusion can affect irrigation. If water supply is compromised or contaminated, plants may die. And if salt water enters faucets in people's homes, that could be detrimental to their health. Scientists warn of a perfect storm of climate factors striking this usually deluged state.
You had an extreme local water deficiency via the drought at the same time that the Mississippi River was really low. And so this really shows in our assessment for the first time how extreme the superposition or sort of the interaction of these two events occurring at the same time can create a real pinch for water in a state that normally experiences flooding.
This area in Louisiana, called Plaquemines Parish, should recover in the short term. The parish is funding permanent solutions to saltwater intrusions to the tune of $200 million, an investment potentially offset by revenue from this, a gargantuan liquefied natural gas exports facility being built down the road. It could be operational within the year. But the project's water needs could put even more pressure on farmers facing saltwater intrusions, and the burning of greenhouse gases exported from this plant might contribute to a rise in temperatures and droughts nationwide. It's a new reality that's left Joseph with a piercing realization. You have to adapt, he tells us. The future for this vulnerable coastal population is deeply unsteady and unsettling. Benji, Hyer, CGTN, Plaquemines Parish, Louisiana.